Welcome to Chai with Molly. This is JayBanerjei, your host, and also your realtor from Remax, coming to you for years and years. And today I bring to you a neighborhood called Downsview, and I'm standing here in front of Express2, and I'm here with my friend Andy Lamb. Andy Lamb is the sales manager for the project, but he's from Cornerstone Marketing Group or Realty. Andy, please say hi to our viewers.
Hi everyone, my name is Andy from Cornerstone Marketing Realty. Jay,
Yes.
welcome to our sales center.
Well, thank you. It's good to be here.
Mhm.
So we're excited about what's coming up over here. That's a little bit about Express 2, just a blip for our viewers.
Well, absolutely. So for Express 2, we are located in the North York Yorkdale neighborhood. The location is very convenient. You're only 2-minute walk to the TTC subway station and only minutes away from Highway 401, as well as one stop away to Yorkdale Mall and a lot of different shops, including Smart Center, Costco, Best Buy. So you have all the stop around here. And this area is slated for growth.
Excellent. So obviously to have an Express 2, there has to be an Express 1,
Yes.
correct? Tell us where and show our viewers Express 1.
Well, Express 1 is right over here. It's already under construction. We're looking to occupy the unit maybe sometime later this next year. So everything is under the way, and you can see that right over here, this is where Express 2 going to be built.
Excellent. Well, we are excited to be with you on this journey. We are so glad you're part of having this whole neighborhood and Downsview revitalized.
Mhm.
Shall we go inside?
Yes, of course. Come
Follow
in.
us. As we continue our journey into Express 2, I want you to know that I want you to be aware of who's behind this awesome project. Who's the builder? What have they done? I'm going to ask Andy, who is here to tell us the vision and a little bit more about why Express 2 and who. Andy, take it away.
Yeah. So for Express 2, the developer is Malibu Investment. They're a Toronto-based developer, and they have been building in the city over 2 decades of time. So maybe a lot of people not familiar with this developer, but they have been very active in the past 20 years, and they have building a lot of buildings without any cancellation. And obviously, Jay, for buyers who are investing their money
Yes.
into the development, they want to make sure that the developer will deliver their promise, meaning that they're going to build and also deliver quality product for them. Either they're looking to invest or as an end user going to live in the unit. So here, these are just some of the example that the buildings that Malibu have done in the past. At the bottom here, these are all buildings located in the downtown core area. So more recently, we have Tableau condos in Entertainment District and Smart House condos in Queen Anne University. So this condo is actually a award-winning condominium, which the developer won a build award for. So these are some of the downtown project. And on top over here, these two buildings are the building in this neighborhood, in the North York Yorkdale neighborhood. And when you drove in the presentation center, you've seen these buildings, right? So this one is Southside Condos, which was completed last year. And Gramercy Park Condos was the first condominium built in this neighborhood. So the developer, they're pretty much the pioneer building up this area. So they were the first one to build a residential and mixed-use condominium in this neighborhood. So for them, they believe in this location and they continue to invest. And that's very important because for developer, you know that they're invest in this area. They're not just building one building and they're leaving. They still want to build in this area because they believe in this location. So these are some of the buildings they have done. And these buildings are really well received. People were very happy with the quality. And a lot of buyers who purchase in here, they're asking about Express 2 because they have enjoyed the benefit of purchasing from the developer.
Absolutely. And you know, it is so important. People have sent me questions over the months and years gone by. Is this going to develop? Will this building happen? What happens to my money? All of these questions, but very often The proof is in the pudding. When you see the building standing, you see Express One already on its way up, you know that you are in good and safe hands. So it was a very good point, and I thank you for that. So let's continue our journey and see the actual building. Follow me now. Here we have it. We have a model that's created, the replica of Express 2. And I'm so glad you've done that because, first of all, having a sales center makes a big difference. People can actually come in, and if it's not so loud when you're watching this, and it will not be, because for the viewers watching on Chai with Molly across the country, which will be starting out from this weekend, you call me and ask me, we can still get something because you can come to the sales center. Am I right? You can come and see for yourself the neighborhood we hope, post or after the mask. As you can see, we're not wearing any masks at this time. So we hope and we pray that you'll be able to enjoy the experience. So Andy, thank you again for having us here.
You're welcome.
And tell us about the replica and give our viewers an idea of how this will look so they can envision the future right here in this neighborhood.
No problem. So for Express 2, as you can see, the highlight of this development is the amount of green space being considered and incorporated within the development. So here we have a nice city park in the middle with a lot of different activity zones. So you can see there is a kids play area for the young families. There's open space, green space for people to relax and lounge. There's also an outdoor workout area for people to work outside. So you're not only working indoor, but you'll also have the opportunity to work out outside. And from here, there is the TTC subway station right over here. So it's only 2-minute walk to the TTC subway station from the condominium, okay? In terms of the building design, you can see it's very symmetrical. So what that means is the layout will be very functional and very squarish. So that is always great for purchaser.
Sure.
And there are 2 towers. So here, this is on the south. So this is 13-story, and this is 16-story. In total, there's around 390 units in this building, okay? And the tentative occupancy is going to be around late 2025. So closing will be around 2026.
Okay.
Okay, so have maybe around 3 to 4 years to complete.
And that's very good because that gives people who may not be ready to buy, give them time to budget and plan into the condo without the big rush coming at you, and you're buying at the prices now. Who knows what the prices are going to be in 25, 26?
Well, I mean, no one can predict the future, based on our past experience, anytime a project that takes some time, 4 years is a good time amount for the price to appreciate. And usually 4 years of time, usually the price will be a bit more.
Yes.
So it's great for people who are looking to buy, but they don't want to be rushed.
Yes.
And still want to buy in a great location over here, because
Of course.
once this is sold out, it's
Yes.
gone. You don't have that opportunity, right? Okay. And another thing you notice for this development is majority of the units have balconies. So Jay, you have been very active in the pre-construction market.
Sure.
And you know that a lot of buildings, you see less and less balcony.
Correct.
Some of the time you don't see balconies at all. But for this development, because of what the developer have done in the past, and they have submitted the application a while back, so they were still able to incorporate generous size balconies for majority of the units. So this is another nice feature to have.
That is very important. Yes. What else is unique about the building? Tell us. Anything else you can think of for people watching? Why this design or something about the building that will help us?
Well, in terms of amenities, the interior design and
Sure.
also the amenity space are designed by one of the top interior design company in the city, Figure Free. So in terms of the company, in terms of the amenities and looking at the location, we have incorporated amenities that the target audience that going to enjoy and when they live in this building. So First thing, we have a private courtyard with barbecue area, okay? And on the ground floor, there's a spacious fitness center and also yoga studio. A lot of people would need that in a
course.
condominium, and also a multifunctional party room.
Okay.
So what that means is there's going to be a private dining area, a survey room, a bar area, and also a karaoke lounge.
Wow.
And from there, you have access to
Sounds like
the
fun. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
From there, you have access to the outdoor barbecue area. So that's what I mean multifunctional. So it's not just a room with some tables or some sofa. When you host an event, obviously, when you want to invite your friends to come over, you have different areas for people to do stuff in. So this is what we have. And also we have a kids indoor playroom for young families.
You thought about that too?
Yeah, of course. And on the 7th floor over here, you can see that we have a sky lounge. So on that level, we have soft seating area and also sun deck area. And because you're on the 7th floor, you're overlooking this park and also the city skyline. So it's very
That's
nice.
very nice. Is this something that's newer with the newer condos, the sky lounge, this rooftop garden? Tell us a little bit about that, because we don't see this too often in some of the more mature neighborhoods of condos.
Well, for this one, obviously, outdoor space is very important, and the developer do value that a lot within, like in terms of the amenities, not just indoor but also outdoor. They know that the new generation or any ages, they love outdoors, and we don't get that enough, right?
I know,
in
especially
here.
when you're we choose
Yeah.
to live in a condo.
Yes.
And we have winters in Canada,
Yeah.
obviously. So the more we can enjoy and in our own home,
Yes.
so much more power to us, because that's what life is about, isn't it? So thank you for watching Chai with Molly, and for being a viewer or being a client, whoever you are. This is the experience we're talking about. This is how the response of builders, architects, marketing people in the city of Toronto that are doing their best to fit everybody in, because obviously, as you know, our community is expanding, immigration is coming, things are opening up. So I appreciate you, and I guess all of us in this case, but you in this context, being a part of that.
No, you're welcome, Jay.
Yes. Now, I'm curious to see more about the subway system and more about talking about Downsview as we continue. So stay tuned. There's more. It's all about location, location, and location. Today, living in our society, living in the GTA, the question comes to your mind for those of us who commute. How long? How long is the distance? How long is the journey from my home to my work, etc.? And more work time is coming. So Auntie's going to show us on this map how, should you choose to live in Downsview, and in particular Express2, what's going to be your access, right, Andy? Okay, for our viewers' sake, take it away.
All right. So for Express2, just like the name, it's a transit-oriented development, meaning that we're only steps away to the TTC subway station, and you're close to major highways such as 401 and also Allen Road. So in terms of driving, it's very convenient, but more importantly, it's the transit. So from Express2, our subway station is Wilson Subway Station, 2-minute walking distance. And from there, because we're in the North York neighborhood, we're kind of in the middle of the city. So getting to downtown to Union Station is only under 30 minutes. So very convenient.
That's very good.
Yes, of course. And from there, you have access to U of T in 19 minutes, Ryerson University, OCAT, okay? Don't forget, we're on the subway line 1. So it's the main university line where it intersects other subway line, meaning you have access to line 2, the Bloor and Danforth line, and also the future Eglinton LRT.
Yes.
All right. Then moving up north, you have the future Finch West LRT, which is currently under construction. That will bring you to...
Yes, I know about that.
Yep. And after going up north, the new subway extension going to York Region. So the Vaughan Metropolitan Center, which the city of Fawn is building a new downtown there. So pretty much you are in the middle of a really strong downtown Toronto and the future downtown.
Wow.
And obviously, we have York University, only 11 minutes
11 minutes.
by
Wow.
subway. And
good.
the subway station is inside York University. What that means is once you arrive there, you're in the campus already. So a lot of students, when they look for housing, they would look for maybe Yonge and Finch area. That was 5-10 years ago. But now with this new subway extension, a lot of people are looking in this area because it's a lot more convenient and there's a lot of shops and retails around. We're only one stop away from Yorkdale Mall, and this Yorkdale Mall, they have been expanding. A lot of new retail space, new restaurant, great restaurant are being coming into Yorkdale Mall. And I mentioned about Smart Center earlier. So
Yes.
we're only 6-minute walk to Smart Center. From there, you have Starbucks, LCBO, Costco, Home Depot. So anything you need, the life essential are steps away. So in terms of location, you can see that not only that you have this urban city lifestyle, but you also have the suburban amenities. Because a lot of these like Costco or these big box retail, you won't see it in the city center. But
You
in
will
here,
not.
you're getting a balance of a bit of both.
Well, this is very helpful because, all the parking lots have been sold. Builders have bought up most of the land. This is one of the last few, I believe, opportunities. And we'll see as the months and the years go by, we can actually buy something that is so central, and that too at an affordable price in Toronto. So you can see for yourself, as Andy has shown us, how convenient it is. Because what I also see, there's something else. You mentioned something. Before, we were all focused on the Yonge and Finch, which is over here. But now, we see a new hub developing because the city goes across. People work across the city. They work downtown. Not everybody can just be in this hub over here. So now there's an expansion. There is another hub here, takes you, which is more central. That's what I sense.
Yes.
Excellent. Well, thank you. We're excited. We appreciate that. And we're going to see a few more things. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Here we are now getting to the details of the community. Now we're going to go beyond just the condo, the unit. Yes, we all need somewhere to stay. But now you're going to know why it's going to make a difference for investors, why this would be a great area to purchase and invest in. And Andy will show us the details and the growth of the area. Right, Andy?
Yes.
Please, our viewers, I can't wait to hear from you about that.
Okay. So here, this is an aerial view of the neighborhood. So just to give you orientation, so Express2 is right over here. This is Highway 401. This is Allen Road, and you have the TDC subway station right over here. So Yorkdale Mall is right over here on the south, and Smart Center on the west. So you can see that this intersection, you really have a lot of things.
A lot of things going on.
A lot of things are within a short distance away, either walking or just a subway stop away. But what we want to talk about is the growth of the neighborhood. So earlier, just now, we talked about the Yonge and Finch, the North York Center neighborhood. Like for myself, I grew up in that neighborhood 15, 20 years ago. And at that time, it was very similar to this area. There wasn't a lot of condominium. There wasn't a lot of shops. There were a lot of parking lots at that time. Yeah. But the city identified this location to grow. So they invest in this area. They allow developer to come and build residential building, attractive business, attracting people to live here. And now look at the North York Center area, it's completely different.
Oh, it's completely different.
Right? So here, this is something that very similar. They're pretty much following the path of that North York Center. We have the major highway, we have the subway, we have the subway extension. They haven't get their subway extension to York, Richmond Hill yet.
Really?
We already have to the York region.
Wow.
So we're kind of one step ahead in terms of infrastructure.
Sure.
So here, immediately in this location, you can see that there are several buildings are being under construction already. But immediately here, there's still one TDC parking lot remaining, which will be a multi-phase condominium development, okay,
Oh,
by a
okay.
reputable developer. And in addition to that, you can see that these are several development district. So for downstream development, it's massive. They break it down to different areas. Our location is actually part of the downstream secondary plan back into the early 2000s. So here they started at this corner because it's closer to TDC subway station. Other districts, they're also in development as well, but they're not as close to the amenities we have. And for downstream land, this is a massive multi-phase master plan community that the city will build, not only for residential, but they're looking to add jobs, add employment, add
Jobs
office.
is key because that's what will run our economy. You need one to feed the other. So that's
Yes.
good. How many jobs are going to be created?
So
Are we
they're
expecting?
looking to maybe expecting to add over 41,000 jobs just
Sure.
in downstream land. Okay.
Wow.
Obviously, not just jobs, but also retail space, parks, open space areas. So a lot of things are being considered right now. It's still in the early stage. It will take some
Sure.
time,
Sure.
but this is something that later on this airport will be turned into a master plan community once Bombardier leave this area.
So the term I'm hearing is master plan community. Tell our viewers who are watching, what is a master plan community?
So a master plan community is basically a community where there's a lot of different components being considered, incorporate in within the community. So it's not just an area where there's only residential. In a more of a urban planning perspective and approaches, they want people to live, work, and play within this community, and they can access
I
to
see.
jobs,
Okay.
they can access to shopping, entertainment easily within the development. There are terms where the 15-minute city, so you can go to a lot of places within 15 minutes and everything you need. So this is something that a master plan community offer. And a lot of times, because if you look at development in certain location where there's a lot of things already built up, there's no opportunity for them to incorporate certain ideas and amenities because they're restricted. It's not that they
Right.
don't want to, but a lot of time they're restricted, right? There's a different stakeholder, a lot of challenges. But in here, in this case, you have a lot of infrastructure. So I was talking about you have the highway already, you have the subway, you have all the shops, everything is already in here. But more importantly, you have a lot of land. So imagine that you're an artist and
Yes.
you creating this community in a campus, blank campus. So
True.
this is a perfect opportunity, and that's why the city has been heavily investing in this area. Along Wilson Avenue, the city is spending over $2 million to urbanize the streets. So they're going to make it more walkable, more bikeable, just overall a more
Right.
desirable
Right.
community. And for Yorkdale Mall, they also have multi-phase residential building planning to be built along the parking lots.
Is that right?
Yep. If you go
Wow.
on the city website and look it up, all the
Yes.
information are there. They're working on it.
What's it called? The Yorkdale?
The Yorkdale Block Master Plan. So this is another thing that they're going to do. Not just residential, but they're adding office building, adding a hotel, expanding more retail, which is now you can see that it's very common. So if you look at, let's say, Square One, a lot of condos and office building are building around
Yes.
the shopping
Correct.
mall.
Correct.
Shoreway Garden is doing the same thing. They're planning to add residential building around the shopping mall. So Yorkdale, they're doing the same thing. The only difference here is we have subway here.
Okay. Big difference.
Yes.
Yes. That gives you the access. I mean,
Mhm.
it's all about today when you're looking at buying a property, it's all about the access to the transport system, whether it's subway or LRT or GO, that takes you to your work, takes you to the places that you need to be at, because it's been getting longer and longer to get anywhere in the city. So I think this would solve a lot of, shall we say, give solutions to our viewers and somebody who wants to buy in here, because I heard something else. In 15 minutes, they can access everywhere. So part of being in a master plan community is that you have the full access and you don't have to go all over the place to get the fulfillment of your life. So thank you, Andy. This is very helpful.
Jay, thank you very much for coming to our presentation center.
You're welcome.
And I hope that after this video, your client will be calling you to make an appointment with us to come experience the location and seeing that how this location have so much potential.
Indeed. Well, we've enjoyed the experience. And as in the show as well, for those watching the show across the country, I think it gives people an idea as to how Toronto is responding to its increasing needs of housing and all these big issues that people are hearing about across the country. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you,
It was
Jay.
a pleasure.
Thank
You're
you
welcome.
very much.
Take care.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
As we continue our journey around Express2, you'll see in that not too far distant is the subway. This is the Wilson subway right behind me, and I'm standing here in what's going to be probably the parking lot or the yard or the garden space of Express2. So let me just show you where Express1 is, and there's a subway, and here is Express1 and Express2. It does not get closer than that for you to get access to your workspace or wherever you need to go. So here you have it. I'm here to kind of show you the neighborhood or some of the key places around the Express2, or whether it is Express2 condos at Wilson Subway or something else. You want to know the hubs in the central section of Toronto. And right behind me is the famous Yorkdale Mall, with every fashionable store, every store, anything you want to buy in the world is available right here. You've got the theater, you've got Zara, Indigo's, Banana Republic, I mean, you name it, Hudson Bay, and so on and so forth. In front of me, by the way, I'm going to take you now from the parking lot. You're going to come with me, and you're going to see the 401, and then you're going to see the actual condos of Express2 right there in the distance. So right here, let me show you. Right behind here is the 401, and over the 401 on that side, you see that new construction, the black buildings, you see the cranes. That crane on the right hand side is Express1. Across there, right now there's a blank space. That is Express2. So here you have it. I'm standing here at the famous Yorkdale Mall. This is Jay. Thanks so much for watching. I'd love to hear from you. We're here to help.